Hello and welcome. Let's be honest, when you hear the word procurement, what comes to mind? Probably just buying stuff, right? Pencils, computers, that kind of thing. Well, get ready, because we're about to completely flip that idea on its head. Today, we're diving into how procurement has become a serious strategic powerhouse for any successful business.
All right, so let's just rip the Band-Aid off right away and tackle the biggest myth out there. Because what procurement is really about is so much bigger and, frankly, so much more interesting than just an online shopping cart. And boom, here it is. This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The old school myth is that procurement's only job is to pinch pennies and find the absolute rock bottom price. But the reality, the modern strategic reality, is all about creating long-term, sustainable value that benefits the entire organization.
So here's the key takeaway. Procurement isn't a reaction. It's a proactive, deliberate process. Think about those words: efficiently, competitively, sustainably. Every single decision made in procurement creates a ripple effect that touches every one of those areas. It's a huge responsibility.
I love this quote because it just nails the whole mindset shift we're talking about. It's not about what something costs today. It's about the value it delivers over its entire life. That's a fundamental change in perspective, and it is everything.
Okay, so how do you actually do this? How do you put all this big picture thinking into practice? Well, it's not just random guesswork. It follows a very clear, very methodical cycle that's designed to squeeze out every drop of that value we've been talking about. Just take a look at this. This isn't some boring checklist. This is a journey, a roadmap, really. Each one of these steps is deliberately designed to make sure that every single purchase, whether it's for paper clips or a multi-million-dollar piece of machinery, lines up perfectly with the company's biggest goals. And it all kicks off right here. Seriously, this first step is everything. It's about collaborating and getting crystal clear on what is actually needed. You know, if you get this part wrong, if the requirements are fuzzy, well, let's just say it's a recipe for wasting a whole lot of time and money later on. Now, what's really key here is how deep this evaluation goes. We're looking way beyond the price. We're digging into quality, reliability, even their ethical standards. The goal isn't just to find a seller, it's to find a true partner you can count on for the long haul. And here's something a lot of people miss. The job isn't over when the ink is dry on the contract. Not even close. The best procurement pros know that's really just the beginning. The real value is unlocked by managing that relationship over time and making sure they deliver on their promises. So you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of work. And you're right. So why bother? What's the big payoff? Well, this is where it gets really exciting. This is where procurement transforms from a support function into a core driver of business strategy. Okay, this next idea, it's a total game changer. Total cost of ownership. It means you can't just look at the upfront price. That's like judging a book by its cover. You have to consider everything: shipping, maintenance, potential problems, the whole shebang. Because sometimes the cheapest thing to buy ends up being the most expensive thing to own. And this table just makes it crystal clear. You look at supplier A and hey, that $10 unit price looks tempting, right? But hold on. Once you add in the crazy high shipping costs, the expensive maintenance, and the risk involved, suddenly supplier B with the slightly higher price is actually the smarter, cheaper choice in the long run. It's all about seeing the whole picture. But it's not all about the money. Procurement also plays another huge role. It's like the company's guardian, its shield. It's constantly scanning the horizon for potential problems, a supplier in trouble, a price spike, and building defenses to make sure the business can keep running smoothly no matter what. And these aren't just abstract ideas you read in a textbook. These are real, practical moves. Think about it. Not putting all your eggs in one basket with a single supplier, or having a solid plan B. These are the actions that protect revenue and keep customers happy when things go wrong. So when you put it all together, you see that modern procurement is this amazing balancing act. It's not just doing one thing. It's expertly managing costs, shielding against risk, building strong partnerships, and even helping to drive innovation. It's creating value from every possible angle. And if you think that's the whole story, guess again. This role, it's still growing, it's still evolving. The demands on procurement today are pushing it into fascinating new territory that's more critical than ever. Let's face it, in today's world, your company's reputation is everything. And that reputation is directly tied to who you do business with. Procurement is now on the front lines, making sure the entire supply chain is ethical, sustainable, and something the company can be proud of. And of course, we have to talk about technology. It's completely rewriting the rules. We're talking about moving from piles of paperwork and guesswork to using smart data and automation. This turns procurement into a predictive powerhouse that doesn't just respond to needs, but actually anticipates them. So what does this all boil down to? It means procurement is no longer stuck in the back office just processing purchase orders. It has earned a seat at the main strategy table. The insights it provides about markets and suppliers are absolutely vital for making the big decisions that shape the company's future. And this really is the bottom line, isn't it? When it's done right, procurement isn't a cost center. It's an engine, a powerful engine for competitive advantage that helps the entire organization win. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. A challenge, really. Take a hard look at your own organization. Is your procurement team just spending money, or are they actively creating real, tangible value? The answer might just change everything. Thanks so much for joining me.